Now on CoastTV News.
District 20 decision. The special election for the controversial state house seat in Delaware begins today, and we have key dates and times for voters. Hotel room plans getting hearing. The two projects reviewed today in one area, Rehoboth Beach.
This is CoastTV News Midday.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Matt Pensick and welcome to CoastTV News Midday. On your screen right now, we have a map of Delaware State House District 20. It is the area that was represented by Democrat Stell Parker Selby before she resigned in June, which is why a special election is taking place. The area covers Milton, Lewis, Harbison, and Georgetown. This area has about 23,000 registered voters. In our top story, early voting in Delaware State House District 20 is underway. This is a race featuring Republican Nikki Miller and Democrat Alana Berry. It takes place from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. today through Saturday, and then it continues July 28th and 29th with those same hours. July 30th through August 3rd. At that time, early voting is 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Election Day is August 5th. Early voting is only taking place at Lewis Elementary and Mariner Middle Schools. We have an update on the swim advisory issued for Delaware's northern beaches. According to DENREC, the swim advisory at the Cape Henlopen Open State Park Main Beach in Herring Point set to end at 4:30 this afternoon. The advisory was made this week due to fecal indicator bacteria results that were above the recreational water quality standard. DENREC and the Lewis Beach Patrol tell CoastTV water testing showed high levels of fecal indicator bacteria, which can come from various natural and human sources like pet waste, trash, and boats, with heavy rain and storm water also taking a part. And we're now taking a live look into Delaware's capital city of Dover on this late Thursday morning. Plenty of sunshine going on there with a nice day, and our First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey joins us now with a look at First Alert weather. Good morning, Bob.
Hey, good morning, Matt. A beautiful day, as we just saw on the camera there. Lots of sunshine. Some puffy cumulus clouds. We've got temperatures in the mid to upper 70s at the beaches. Already lower 80s inland from Salisbury to Millsboro and Redden. So we're starting that warm-up process. And dew point temperatures in the 60s and 70s. The humidity is starting to rise, and it feels like temperatures actually feel a couple degrees warmer than the actual temperatures as they continue to climb. And we're looking at a southerly breeze right now, even a little bit of a sea breeze along the coast. Visible satellite picture showing hardly a cloud in the sky, just a few cumulus clouds across the eastern shore. Otherwise, we're looking at high pressure, and that's keeping us dry. Eventually, this high will shift to the east, and we'll see really hot air building in for your Friday. And this afternoon, warming up. Here's noon, mid-80s from Georgetown and Millsboro and Delmarva, 70s and 80s at the coast. I think upper 70s, low 80s for you around 2 p.m. at the beaches, and then mid to upper 70s up and down the 113 corridor, and similar conditions back to the west as it's pretty hot as we go into the afternoon and warm and muggy into this evening. Day part forecast has us in the upper 80s this afternoon, then pretty warm and muggy with 70s as we go into the evening. Heat advisory for Friday, intense heat and humidity. A little cooler into the weekend with a growing chance of showers and storms. More on that coming up a little bit later in the newscast.
Thank you, Bob. And happening today, plans for two hotels in Rehoboth Beach heading to a public hearing. The first of which is the Atlantic Crown. That's looking at construction next to the Sands Hotel on Baltimore Avenue. Also, there is the continued public hearing on the Belhaven Hotel. And those plans include 105 rooms, an underground parking garage, ground level retail shops, and more. The Belhaven project is on Rehoboth Avenue, fronting the boardwalk. New this morning, a 29-year-old Seaford man was convicted by a Wicomico County jury after his trial concluded on Wednesday. According to the office of the state's attorney for Wicomico County, Logan Littleton's conviction is on 3 counts of sexual abuse of a child under the age of 10. That child lived in Littleton's house between the years 2014 and 2015. Littleton remains in custody until sentencing. The family of Gorchnice Chalil, that's the teen who drowned in the Broadkill River, is holding a food sale to raise money to return his body to Guatemala. It's happening Saturday on North Ray Street in Georgetown. Nice Chalil vanished while crabbing with his family earlier this month, and his body was later recovered in the Delaware Bay. And you can find more information on this on our website at coasttv.com. Coming up next, more than a treat, how a local ice cream shop is making an impact. CoastTV News Midday is back after this. Everyone loves ice cream in the summertime, and there are plenty of ice cream shops to be found on Delmarva. As Coast TV's Zakia Jennings shows us, there's one in Rehoboth Beach that not only serves up flavorful treats, they also serve up life lessons as they hit their 1-year anniversary.
Rainbow sprinkles, one of the many toppings Tori Moore can put on your ice cream here at Uncle David's Ice Cream Shop. This shop's mission is simple: to support people with Down syndrome like Tori, Connor, and Davy.
I do the cake cashier. A part with it is that I like the hand out customer stuff or the scooping.
Uncle David's Ice Cream Shop is celebrating their 1-year anniversary in Rehoboth Beach, though they've been in the mobile order business since 2023. Jim Watson has been with the team for 3 years.
This started 20 years ago with a young man called David. His name was David. And with the Boardwalk Buddy Walk, just spreading awareness throughout the community.
Boardwalk Buddy Walk is an annual walk and serves as an opportunity to support and educate people about the Down syndrome community.
Welcome to Uncle David's Ice Cream Shop.
Watson's son, Connor Watson, has helped with Uncle David's Ice Cream Shop for years, taking orders, scooping ice cream, and taking care of warehouse inventory.
David is a great person, and I want to be more like him.
Watson says the focus of this shop in the last year has been growth.
You know, by doing this, you know, it builds confidence, they gain value.
Various items are sold at the shop. All proceeds made go towards supporting the mission. Manager Liz Pensa says compared to last season, the willingness to work and learn something new is unmatched.
Moving from one task to the other, whether that's they're on the register, going straight into scooping, they're bright and cheerful whenever they walk into the business, ready to start their day, ready to work.
Davy Frederick is just starting out with the team and works the register and scoops ice cream. Davy says his favorite task is
Ice cream shop.
because life is better with ice cream, a sprinkle of hope, a cherry on top, and a team committed to helping you thrive. For Coastal Connections, I'm Zakia Jennings.
You've probably heard the saying, all good things must come to an end, and that's the case with our comfortable weather. Today is kind of a transition day to the very hot day we have on tap for tomorrow. FH FurCam showing cumulus clouds, a beautiful reflection over the bay in Cambridge, 82 right now, and we're looking at temperatures warming into the mid-80s a little bit later today. The storyline today, it's sunshine, another beautiful day. The humidity is starting to creep up, and so are the temperatures into the mid to upper 80s, and then Friday, it's hot. We're looking at sweltering heat returning, temperatures in the mid-90s, feels like at least 100, maybe up to 105 in some inland spots. That's why we have a heat advisory that goes into effect at 10 a.m. tomorrow for really much of Delaware, including Delmar to Georgetown and Millsboro and Gumboro, parts of the eastern shore too, from Easton to American Corner, where we could see those heat index values as high as 105. We're looking at nothing in the way of a heat advisory farther south, which is a little curious. In Salisbury, you're going to be very hot and humid tomorrow. So we'll see if that fills in a little bit later today. But we have an excessive heat warning from Philly into New York, and those heat advisories go all the way up into Long Island and the Northeast, and then back through the Ohio Valley, and very hot along the Mississippi River near Memphis. They could see, feels like temperatures about 120 degrees. Temperatures close to home, not that hot right now. Upper 70s from Ocean City to IR Inlet, 78 in Lewis, 80 in Georgetown, 80 in Millsboro. And dew point temperatures still not that bad into the mid to upper 60s, so it feels like temperatures a couple degrees warmer than the actual temperatures as a winter coming in out of the south right now, bringing in more of that humidity and warm temperatures. On the visible satellite picture, just a few cumulus clouds across the eastern shore. Otherwise, we're looking at mainly sunny skies with high pressure overhead, but eventually this high shifts to the east. We get all that heat that's in the deep south start to come up the coast as we go into your Friday. Here's Futurecast this afternoon at noon into into the mid 80s, upper 80s from Millsboro to Delmarva later on, and a little cooler at the beaches with 70s and low 80s for you, and very hot as we head into the late afternoon, upper 80s close to 90, and a warm overnight with clear skies. We're going to be waking up to seeing temperatures in the low to mid 70s, and then Friday afternoon is a scorcher. By noon, we're in the low 90s away from the coast, mid 90s from Georgetown to Millsboro, Selbyville 94, 95 in Delmar, even 90s in Bethany Beach and Rehoboth as we go into tomorrow, and just plain hot and humid as we go into Friday evening. Feels like temperatures this afternoon near 90 inland areas, then tomorrow much worse, feeling like 102 to maybe 105 away from the coast, and no picnic at the coast either, feeling like mid to upper 90s as we're seeing dew points in the 60s today, and then very humid to miserable as we go through time. And we're starting out Saturday, the weekend dry, but then increasing showers and storms later Saturday, then again on Sunday. I don't think it's going to be a washout, but we'll definitely see those rain chances. Today in Harrington, 89, 87 in Laurel, Eastern Shore, Cambridge 87, Vienna 88, and Salisbury you're at 88, and Ocean City a little cooler at 83. Paul Davis 7-day forecast at 95 sticks up like a sore thumb on Friday. Very hot, and then near 90 into the weekend with showers and storms Saturday, then again on Sunday, and then it dries out into the early to middle part of next week, and pretty hot, low to mid 90s to end the month of July.
All right, thanks, Bob. And coming up tonight on the Delmarva Sports Network, Shorebirds live minor league baseball. They continue their series with the Lynchburg Hillcats. Then you can catch the final score at 10:30. And on DSM Plus at 12:15, we have the USSSA Eastern National Softball Championships. Little League Softball Mid-Atlantic Regional Tournament is happening this week. The Delmarva Sports Network is in Bristol, Connecticut, covering Delaware's Camden, Wyoming squad. This is brought to you by Preston Automotive. We have live updates on the Delmarva Sports Network app, website, and social media. And here's what you can look forward to this afternoon on Coast Life at 4.
Hope you're having a good day so far here along coastal Delmarva, but if you tune into Coast Life at 4 o'clock, maybe we can brighten it up even more. Twice this month and once next month, the Earth has been spinning a little bit faster than usual. We've got the guy who might have some answers as to why that is, or maybe more questions, because hey, that's science. You also know that our friends at Paul Davis love to help support the community, and that includes giving away a free kitchen renovation. That's right. And we're going to tell you how you can apply for that and what we can do to maybe get you that new kitchen. All of that fun and more is coming up today at 4 on Coast Life.
Next, expensive school shopping. How much you can expect to pay to get your students ready for the new year. Coast TV News Midday returns in a moment. We are in those dog days of summer. Now many Americans are already back to school shopping. According to a new survey from the National Retail Federation, 2/3 of Americans with school-aged children started shopping this month. That's the earliest on record. This year, families are expected to spend about $858 on those back-to-school essentials. Uber's putting more power in women's hands, literally, with a new feature that lets riders choose female drivers. It's called Women Preferences and will begin in Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Detroit in the next few weeks. Similarly, women drivers will have new ways to request female riders. Uber says they're piloting this feature based on demand from drivers and customers for more women-only options. Get ready for one of the Eastern Shore's most iconic traditions, the Chincoteague Pony Swim. Watch live as the Saltwater Cowboys guide the wild ponies across the Assateague Channel to Chincoteague Island. Coverage begins at 7 a.m. this Wednesday on the Delmarva Sports Network and anywhere on DSM+. Don't miss the tradition, the excitement, and the magic of the pony swim, only on DSN. After the break, land use reform recommendations, how a group continues to help Sussex County officials develop policy. Stay with us on Coast TV News Midday. Happening today, a working group in Sussex County meeting to come up with recommendations and ideas to shape future land use policy. After 6 meetings, the group has drafted 22 recommendations, which the Sussex County Council says may be consolidated. Some of these include creating higher density for development in certain areas to create a variety of housing options, increasing maximum building heights that could add more affordable units, and aligning road improvements with new developments. Storm drain work on East Naylor Mill Road in Salisbury expected to wrap up on Friday. There is just one more pipe that still needs cleaning. Crews are working from 9 a.m. to noon with a partial lane closure in place. While no full closures are expected, drivers are advised to use caution in that area.
We're seeing a cloudless sky right now in the Tyndall's Casual Furniture Camp. 81 in Laurel, dew point still in the tolerable range with upper 80s this afternoon, but we're going to crank up that thermostat even more with very hot conditions and humid conditions on your Friday. Feels like temperatures perhaps up to 105 and then slightly cooler into the weekend with some showers and storms. Congratulations to Nancy Fisher from Ocean City. She is today's umbrella giveaway winner, courtesy of Paul Davis and Coast TV. I'll have your 10-day forecast coming up next. The dry and cool weather pattern has ended into the afternoon hours. Very warm, increasing humidity with a southerly breeze, upper 80s away from the beaches, 70s and low 80s at the coast. And then this evening clear, but pretty muggy as we go into the evening hours. Remember to call the Coast TV First Alert weather phone. The number is 443-880-9100. Sponsored by Brockstead Mandalis Federico. Your Paul Davis 10-day forecast. Friday is the hot day. 95, feeling like 105 at times. Then not as hot for the weekend, close to 90. Scattered showers and storms Saturday, then again Sunday, and then we've got more 90s Monday through Wednesday. It stays dry, but I think Thursday, the end of July, we're looking at 85 degrees, and then August could start a little cooler and maybe a little stormy on Friday.
All right, thanks, Bob, and thank you for joining us on Coast TV News Midday. For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app, and don't forget to join us later for Coast TV News at 5. Until then, have a great Thursday, everybody.